The cost of breathing in India.
You don't live under a rock, you have most likely heard of him. He's an American tech entrepreneur and an anti-aging fanatic. Bryan Johnson.
One of our biggest concerns.
Oh, this building, it is actually great. Like, it is one of like the few buildings that areas that you see like some greenery. I used to pass like on this like street a lot of times because I was living in Varsova in a friend's house, and also my now wife, she was also living around that area, and that's like where we met, and we went like to this social club and all these things. But you know, afterwards, whenever I lived in Delhi, that's like definitely the place that I felt like where the air quality was way harsher than for example like Mumbai. Mumbai also has a problem, but if this guy right here went to Delhi in October, November, like you'll be dead. You'll not even go.
India is the air quality. I think they have right now the worst air quality in the entire world, and it's interesting that nobody is wearing a mask.
Yeah, they just got used to boys.
You know,
That's
the
right.
effects are so far-ranging in terms of effects on children and their growth, and it's so multifaceted that it's hard to even comprehend the seriousness of it.
It's like if you never lived India and you experience the air quality in any other place in the world, it's like really hard to really describe that, you know, because like once you land like on the plane, you land with the plane opens the doors, and you step out of the plane, you see like the massive like moisted, like there's also like these this kind of smell of like the pollution that exists, man, and you're like you know, afterwards, of course, maybe like after a few hours, like the human body has this thing that you start like getting used to the smell and to the pollution and all these things, but the contrast, it is insane. Like, and it was always like so hard to try to explain to my wife, right? That she lived in India all those years, like how it was here. Sometimes I used to send her a picture of like how it is in Portugal, and she thought that like whenever I send like the blue, like we have like clear blue sky a lot of times in the year, and she thought like sometimes I used to go and put like a filter of Photoshop, because like in Delhi most of the times you look up and it's gray, you know, like it's always gray.
We want to get many people of the country to be talking about these ideas and do so in 5 days.
So, for those that don't know, this guy is trying to outlive everyone, and he has a slogan that is like, don't die, right? He's trying to not die, right? Oh my God, look at him. He's inside the room and still is using a mask. I'll say like inside the rooms is better.
Poorly rested, but also I was very concerned about the air quality here. Like, it's awful. It's like in the middle of a fire.
Yeah.
I almost didn't come. Like, we were gonna call the trip off a week ago. I was told that this hotel had air quality like filters in each room.
Yeah.
In the hotel, it was like definitely like it was a thing. Everyone was like, they were aware of it, and that's not the case. We're only here for a couple days.
No. It is the case. That's what he has to understand. Like, this hotel, it has air quality filters, but not like it's like, imagine if he didn't have, right? Imagine if he didn't have, which like most they don't, right? But this guy is like he lives on his own house, like with everything is like he goes like he has like a freaking monitor for the hair quality, temperature, like everything is like beyond insane.
But these people here live with this every single day. Really puts it in perspective.
That's why, like what he said just right here. That's why I always say, like, if you live in a, in a Western country, please go visit any third world country. It doesn't really matter, man. It's gonna give you like a such a like a perspective in life that whenever you go back, and if you are like someone that definitely, you know, like those people that are always complaining about everything, the country, how bad it is, every corruption, like everything is bad, you know, like, you know, these type of people, right? And yet they live in the States, or they live like in Germany, in the Europe, they live in a modern country. So I will tell to these people, just go in and try to go live for like 1 month in another place. Go check the realities. Go check how like a lot of people in these third world countries they live. And maybe it will give you a slap in the face to wake up and just understand how grateful you are. Just that can you look up and you have a blue sky. It's insane. It's insane. And I am so glad that I went to India, because like not only changed my life in many ways, like that's where I met my wife, but in the sense of like gratitude for the lucky of the RNG spawn that I got from just getting, you know, born and raised in Portugal, and I have like internet, I have a computer, I have this thing. Yeah, I can complain that my PC it is old and this, but yeah, at least I have a freaking PC, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Bryan, welcome to India for the first time. What is the one thing you're looking at more than anything in India right now?
The air quality. Yeah.
How bad is it?
I can't really see you over there.
So what does that mean? So what is the number right now?
The PM 2.5 over 10x. What is reasonable? What is appropriate?
So what is
Jesus
it
Christ.
doing to me?
It can create neurological dysfunction. It can cause asthma. It can cause lung irritation. It just like it's whole body damage.
Listen, this guy, he like okay, I don't know this guy, right? But you know, like most people, they don't even realize how dangerous it is, man. Like most people, they don't. Like they are just like, okay, so it's bad.
Is it okay if I put a mask on?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Ah, thanks. Yes.
Recently, Bryan Johnson was in India. Then he went on a podcast, but he cut the conversation short. He walked out of the podcast, recording midway because of the air.
So my team's telling me you want to like...
Cool.
Yeah. They should be a wake-up call, man. For the many, like the thing is, like, this has to be with the government. Like it has to come from the top, and the top has to actually make meaningful changes, so people start having better you know, conditions.
I'm so sorry. You just can't do this.
Bryan had to leave. I'm actually surprised that the air quality affected him that much.
Our bodies have acclimatized, you know, our bodies have adjusted. The body has compromised to an extent where it does not feel like we are facing any issues, but in reality we are.
Yeah. It's the same, like, for example, if I go and I hit street food, right? Most likely I'm gonna have a huge like stomach problem, right? Like, I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? But my wife, she goes, she can eat like the street food and she's fine, because like somehow along the way the body just developed. Like it doesn't mean like it's good for your health. It just means like probably along the way you got used to it, your body, you know, cleans it in a different way. But like for me, like especially the water, man, there was one time, guys, that I was not feeling that hungry and I asked for a salad. Bros, it was the day that I thought I was gonna die in India, man. For the next 3 days, I promise you, I was almost dying. It was crazy. And all of this because I didn't think, and I asked for the fresh salad, and they washed the salad obviously with the water that is not filtered, and that causes me like my body to pretty much implode. It was so bad.
Through the conversation, I could hear you fading, and like your throat, like my throat's sore.
Yep.
Yeah, her throat is sore, and the first days that I was in India and I was walking like as a tourist around Delhi, I walked a whole afternoon in Delhi without a mask. You know, whenever I got to the hotel, I blew my nose. Not only was pretty black, but also he had blood, and I was like, holy. Like after that, I used mask all the time. Every time I went outside, like, because like one thing is like you expect that it's gonna be dirty from the pollution. Other thing, I was like seeing blood coming out. That was actually very scary.
The pollution is just not a big deal to them. And the setting was basically outdoor. So it's like full-on pollution. We just like cut the conversation off in like the middle of the flow, but it's very stressful.
Yeah, this guy's on a live mission, you
Yes,
know?
there's a lot of things in the world that are trying to kill us. For example, last week I spoke. We're all sore in the throat. Our eyes are watering. Our eyes are burning.
Look at it. He got like this. He bought a hair quality control. Oh my God.
Like you can just feel and taste the pollution. It's really intense.
Yeah. Like you can see like the fog, right? Like even though like if you see it with a clear eye, it's gonna be like way worse. But you can see like the fog or the smog or whatever you guys call.
For context, we have this app that basically shows what the air quality is like in Mumbai. And it is just one step below being dangerously hazardous.
The Don't Die clinic in California is immaculate. Water and air and food. So coming here is like the absolute opposite. And so we were trying to figure out, can we be here in India and talk about Don't Die and Blueprint and still limit the amount of damage that's done? And so we have an air quality device here. So this is really comforting to know that the conditions in this room and all of our rooms are actually okay. We're doing 3 podcasts, 1 press event, and 1 dinner in one go. So it's just like a blitz.
Today on our show, we have
All
Bryan
the
Johnson.
young.
So sorry about the air quality. You have ignited a very interesting thought in me that this is not normal.
Oh yeah, my eyes burn, my throat burns, my lungs burn. It's so bad.
It is actually interesting because like I never saw I ever like actually spoke with another like white person that went like to India, but whatever he's feeling, I actually felt exactly the same in the first days. But again, then the body kind of adjusts, and after like a few days, you're most likely gonna be fine.
I was wondering whether you are missing some other good things in life by concentrating so much on longevity. I think you are fighting against nature, and I don't know why.
I'm going through the emotional reconciliation process, going through all the mourning of people not leaving totally satisfied. It's upsetting to me. All right, we finished 4 podcasts, 1 social media shoot, now we have a dinner. You know what, I messed this up. We've done so many things today, I can't even think straight. The most universal human experience and want is that none of us want to die right now.
But I'll say like going to India is definitely an adventure. Okay, it is definitely an adventure. It is not like I will not recommend, for example, my mom, she's not like the type of person, like in my opinion, to go to India. She will like literally freak out with the number of people, freak out like with the way like the culture is. She's like someone that will not adjust at all. So yeah, you have to be like some type of like personality that probably is gonna like to go for a bit of an adventure if you want to go like to any of like these countries. Is that the guys fighting against aging? Yes, it is. Bryan.
Like look at the biomass on all of Earth with plants, animals, and humans, all of it. The #1 metabolic objective is nothing wants to die right now.
Look at it.
Bryan, I see you are traveling with your air monitoring device here.
We carried an air filter with us everywhere we went.
Oh
we
my
would
God,
set it
it's
up
so
in
funny.
the place we were at to clean the air. Improving air quality in India is better than curing cancer.
Jesus.
This was an honor because I genuinely believe that you're at that brink of actually creating a practical change in human society. And I don't know how many human beings in the current world population can say that.
It is absolutely insane that we would do anything to compromise our existence.
One day we'll look back at it and probably think of it as a human right violation.
Yeah.
But we just do not. We continue living. Nobody thinks we'll move out of Mumbai or Delhi for that matter.
Hey guys. Ready to roll.
This is so funny.
There's
It
a lot
is
of
bad
bad
chat.
things in the world, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's the only one we have. It's the only
Yeah,
one we have, and
that's right.
I like this life, and I think I have enough control in my life to do good things.
The most important thing is like having the support structure that you guys have each other is amazing. So thanks for having us on. This was such a fun conversation with you guys.
Thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah. There's strength in community. It takes a teeny % of society to go in a different direction. Yeah, how you doing? Good to see you. To then shift all of society. And I think we're right there on the cusp of a shift where like health is going to be the norm. And so if we can do this and plant this as a community, it'll be much easier for all of us.
I mean, like he went on this world tour, right? But I don't think he was expecting that was this bad, right? That at the end of the day, there's that. He's probably happy
Bryan's
that
on
he's
an
gonna go
adventure.
home.
He understands that people are not going to just eat up this idea of don't die very simply. He needs the haters to pass the message on. And in
course.
the same way, when you're making choices in life,
You
need the-
cannot have fans without haters. You know, there's no love without hate. That's just how it comes. And the worst it can happen to anyone that has a mission or a channel or wants to have any sort of type of influence is that you don't want anyone to meet you or hear you and then they are indifferent. You rather they hate you or they love you, then they're gonna be like neutral. You never want to be neutral.
the critics. The criticism, in a sense, is a validation of the idea that this is going to work. It's such an interesting way to look at yourself in the present. You go outside into the future and look in.
Like everything,
What does
like
it
in
mean for
general, is
humanity
so
as a
gray.
Now, that's something you have to think about. What happens if your father or your mother, your kids, or you don't die?
They're getting here some beautiful shots. So let me tell you, if you go to Delhi, it's not even close to this. Really good video. It is a big problem. Like I lived there for the few years, and like I've been there probably already like 3 or 4 times, and absolutely. One of the things that sometimes me and my wife, we already spoke a lot of times why it was like really hard for me to ever live in India. It is because of many reasons, including the hair quality, man. Like it will be like so hard for me to raise a family in India because like I am just like spoiled and I'm used to have like certain type of convenience that we have here in Portugal that it is like really hard to get rid of that. And Bryan, like the weather here it is perfect. Yes, we may not have like the strongest economy in Europe, but man, I would not trade it for almost anything, man. So great video. I hope that you guys also enjoyed it.